Connecting students who are strangers and binding communities together to look at issues not necessarily related to bullying or cyberbullying is behind the latest series of workshops by Internet Health and Safety Advisor John Parsons. Organised by the Southland-formed Poppycock Trust, the presentations bring together not only police, health and social services, but also the students themselves. Parsons was at Southland Boys High School today presenting workshops to year 11 to 13, tailoring content to match issues identified through school surveys.
The surveys now will go back to the Poppycock Trust, and they will look through those surveys themselves, and they will formulate the data and give it back to the school, which will form a direction on how the school can manage this environment for themselves.
Was there anything coming through in that survey that you haven't seen before or struck with another school?
I think what's encouraging is that the students themselves know what they need to do, and many students do already do that kind of thing, which is to stand up together, help each other, support each other. But we also want to connect students with students that don't know each other. If you've got a boy that's walking down a corridor and there's a younger student walking past them who's in some way stressed or anxious because something's happening for him, maybe it's not even to do with bullying or cyberbullying. Maybe he's living at home in a situation that is intolerable. Maybe his mother is being assaulted by a boyfriend. We want that child or that student to know that he could even talk to that student and say, look, this issue is going on for me, can you help me?
One of the things that's come through strongly today is empathy and getting the connection or getting their attention with that.
Absolutely. You would have seen there that we asked them to put their hands up when we saw somebody that needed help. Not one of them looked left or right because they've got empathy, they're in an empathetic state, and they are able to put the hand up without hesitation and say, yes, I'll stand up for that person. And when they demonstrate that repeatedly amongst themselves, it becomes acceptable. It becomes an acceptable thing to do. And research around the world shows us that we've got to demonstrate the power of empathy and really demonstrate it within the classroom so that they can take it on for themselves.
Also students standing up today amongst their peers and sharing their own story.
Yeah, I mean, it's that happens quite a lot. It's never planned, but when it does, it affects all of the presenters. You'll see the room often go very quiet, and that's because everybody is going into this sort of empathetic state. And when you get students to stand up, like you saw today, with so much courage and speak about the challenges that they face for themselves and the change that they want to occur, I think that's the best education we can have. It's not a pamphlet. It's not a bullet list of don't do this and don't do that. It is human beings connecting with each other on a very human level. So what you saw on stage really was capturing the community in its entirety. We have police, we have health, we have guidance counsellors. We want parents involved in this as well, so that they understand the safe harbours that they can go to when they need help. What's happened for me with the work that we do is certainly I work in Internet Health and Safety, but I've really evolved into using empathy as a tool for change, and that is centred through all of the education that we deliver through the Poppycock Trust in this region. I think the best thing that we can do is empower everybody to take the strength that they've got and use that to stand up for somebody else, and that's the kind of message that we want to bring.